On this week's episode of the A-Room Show.
That's like saying your mom should tell you ugly so that when you go to school,
my mom should never
you're
tell
ready.
me. She used to tell me I'm beautiful.
I just wish she would have showed up. That's the thing that kills me. Out of all the award shows, show up to that one.
I remember him coming to the studio and listening to a record and he said, yo, y'all wanna go home? Listen guys, I just want you to do really well and get it. No, he like, look, y'all bitches ain't cute right now, all right?
So if there was something positive to come out of it, it was that. Another fun-filled episode of the A-Room Show. Today we've got a special guest, Slim of 112.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, man.
He's going to be telling us lots of insider information. We're going to interview him, but for now we need to get into the episode, so just to warm you up.
All right.
I wanted to talk about the NAACP Image Awards, which happened this weekend. My girl, Blue Ivy Carter, won an NAACP Image Award for Brown Skin Girl.
Gangster.
Along with her mother, Beyonce, of course, WizKid, as well as St. John, who are all performers and collaborators on the song.
Sweet.
So this particular award was actually announced during the dinner that they had prior to the when they televised the show on Saturday. And it's interesting because the two of them didn't attend the show, but Beyonce actually was one of the night's biggest winners. In addition to winning this award, she also won for Homecoming, the film. She won for Homecoming, the album. She won for the song Spirit, and she won for Before I Let Go. All different categories, but literally swept the night. I mean, is there anything that... Is anyone safe when they're in a category with Beyonce or Blue Ivy now at this point?
I just wish she would have showed up. That's the thing that kills me. Out of all the award shows, show up to that one. You know, I think just because we got to support one another.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like, I mean, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You knew you was going to win all these awards. They notified you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even your daughter won.
Show up for the niggas.
Well, you know what,
I'm
though?
saying?
Yeah. You know what, though? She probably, who knows what part of the world she was in.
No doubt.
Well, she just
You know
performed at Kobe's homegoing, so she was probably in L.A.
Well, we can't speculate.
We can't
speculate.
A jet can get you a real, you know what I'm saying?
Like that.
Just like that. You know?
Yeah, you would know.
Well, Rihanna actually was at the show, so...
Yeah.
Which was
I mean,
dope.
she
was the
received
honoree, though, right?
she won the presidential award.
I think it's incredible. Brown Skin Girl is a wonderful song, and it's going to last throughout the ages.
It's an anthem.
Yeah.
It is. I have three beautiful brown skinned girls,
Got some.
and they like brown skin.
They like brown. You got some.
Yeah, there you go. That's so sensitive,
It's
Rocky.
always the darkies
Always-
hating on us, the light skinned motherfuckers, man.
We've been harassing him
You know
for
what I'm
years about
saying?
this.
Some
you know?
caramel kids.
Always the
He
darkies.
said Carmel kids. Don't be jealous.
Anyway, it's a
Sway
beautiful
kids.
Just
song.
because he don't need Febreze.
Yeah, I don't need no light skinned niggas don't even leave. We don't even need no
We
shit.
got to set up. We got to
That's
set
a
up
lie.
this
Just
shit.
get out the shower and just be glistening, nigga. Anyway,
Goodness.
hey, Beyonce, shout out. Much love. That was a great song. St. John, WizKid, all y'all that was involved in that. My daughters loved that song, man. Stay room.
All right, y'all. So we can't go any further without acknowledging our liquor sponsor for this show. It's the good folks at Post Meridian.
Cheers.
You know what I'm saying? They got these little cans, which are fucking fire. They got this one, Mai Tai, Margarita. It's a couple other ones, man. Shout out to my man Jacob from Post Meridian.
Listen,
Yo.
these little shits get you fucked.
You chugged that bad boy, man.
I had 2 Mai Tais the other night. Went home. and knock the back off.
I'm sure she's gonna appreciate it.
Yeah, she definitely gonna appreciate it.
Yeah,
She thought it was a pill.
Yo, baby.
All right, so Spotify is taking more steps to actually give credit to where credit is due. They are launching songwriters' pages and playlists. Now, they're starting kind of small. I mean, not to say small, but they're starting with established big-name songwriters like Justin Tranter, Missy Elliott, Meghan Trainor.
Me.
Not yet. I don't think. Do you have your page already?
I got a number one.
You got
I got a number one.
But do you have your page?
A lot of niggas ain't got number one. I'm calling Spotify. I'm getting my shit set up.
So it actually is something that you can.
Yeah.
So there is a process to actually apply. There's a form that you can fill out if you're a songwriter, so that you can have this. The whole section is called written by. So if you look on Spotify right now, there's like playlists that are written by playlists and pages such as Megan. It'll say like Meghan Trainor is a songwriter at the top of it, and then you'll see all of the songs that she has written,
That's
and
dope.
it'll create a playlist for you.
Yeah. As much light, that we can shed on songwriters and the people behind
And
the
producers,
scenes.
yeah.
And producers that really play a big part in what y'all hear on the, on the radio or whatever, streaming and shit. That's dope. We got to continue to, shed light on the people behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think information about creation is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just think that these songs just happen. They don't understand that it takes a team. It could take this guy, that guy, you know what I'm saying? And if there's no information to follow that and follow that, those breadcrumbs to get you a hit.
Yeah,
man.
Like, this is great. Like, somebody could literally look me up and be like, oh, this motherfucker wrote this record. I want him to come right on my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
playlists about this all this playlist by this motherfucker.
Exactly.
Hey, man.
Exactly.
Like, back in the day, we used to go to, like, ASCAP Awards and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
And then
go
that's
to a
how you
show.
find out.
And used to, and you mean me being I write my records and stuff, but there are times where I need a different flavor or whatever. So usually, this right here is a great idea because I used to literally have to fly from Atlanta all the way to LA
to see
go
who
to
was doing what.
who was doing what, and then approach them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So this right here actually saved me a few thousand. Man, I love you.
Yeah, Spotify, y'all turning this shit around.
Yeah, man.
Y'all ain't Apple Music yet, but y'all in the right direction.
Thanks for the 0.0000004%.
All right, so we've talked a lot about R. Kelly on this show. Syleena Johnson, the singer, she's also a host on Sister Circle. She recently did an interview with Page Six where she said that fans should still be able to enjoy R. Kelly's music without guilt. Basically saying, like, how some people would look at it as people are being shamed out of listening to R. Kelly anymore because his music no longer seems appropriate, being that he's charged of all these, like, sexual crimes, this deviancy.
You just gotta go through the titles, man. It's like, seems like you're ready. It just
Seems
like you're ready.
I don't see nothing wrong.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It just changes
Your body
everything.
is calling me.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
Oh man, it's like when you start listening, different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not into it. You know what I'm saying?
You've been telling us the whole time.
Now, mind you, let's just keep it a thou wow. R. Kelly got some great fucking music, dog.
Yeah.
Step in the name of love.
But now, I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah.
But now, when you start to listen, if you in a whip, you're gonna start to put two and two together and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah.
Shit's get a little
Put
tricky
my
now,
key
man.
in your ignition.
I mean,
want to get
That's regular
a
sex.
I say that in
a
like
toot-toot.
regular day-to-day conversation. So I'm like,
as a car dealer.
We still don't know what
but who the fuck is Syleena Johnson anyway? Why are we even talking about
Don't
this shit?
say that.
Nah,
She's actually very talented and
No,
very
I
nice.
understand that
She's
she can
from
be
Chicago. She's
talented.
a fellow Chicago person.
So
That's why she's just repping. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, what is she
shit.
repping?
all right, yeah.
I don't know.
Listen,
what
if
she
you
repping.
want to listen to R. Kelly music, knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? But just understand, he's writing about children. Little gross.
Yikes.
Wait, I don't feel right.
In the outfit.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It's the truth. He in jail, nigga. He ain't at home.
Yeah, just
He is in jail. And he was singing about Aaliyah and all them little ass girls that we saw in that documentary.
All right.
The Chocolate Factory is just not ringing in this. I'm done.
It was virgin
All
chocolate.
the jokes are now inappropriate.
God.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King.
Welcome to Burger King.
What's in those new chicken snack wraps?
What's in the new chicken snack?
Chicken wraps?
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, french dressing wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken, wrapped up in a...
The new chicken snack wraps. Come and get it.
Okay, I got a fun segment for you guys called Put Money on It. You know how I like to have you place your bets. For this one, I want to know who had the biggest misstep of their career. Your first option is Mary J. Blige, who did that infamous Burger King commercial where she was singing about fried chicken.
I forgot about that shit.
Crispy chicken. Lemonade being title exclusive only for the first 3 years. Probably missed out on some money, some streams for sure.
No more money.
Justin Timberlake throwing Janet Jackson under the bus at the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Nelly Furtado leaving Timbaland and switching to Spanish music. Y'all don't care? Okay.
Yeah, that's not a big.
Usher waiting 4 years to release another album, firing his mother around Here I Stand, and then attacking his fan base several times. Who do you think had the biggest misstep out of those?
I'm going to go with Nelly Furtado.
No, I'm about to say Nelly Furtado.
Because she's the only one that ain't around.
Because you don't listen to
But
Spanish
I think
music.
she's like happy and, you know.
What Spanish music you listen to?
She's a mom.
I'm not saying it's great to be a mom and be happy, but she was popping and then now she's not. So I'm assuming that she had the misstep.
Once again, when's the last time you put on a Spanish album?
Yeah. I don't know if I know on the album that came out they got sued for some crazy amount for one of those
For Promiscuous Girl? Or
it wasn't Promiscuous Girl.
For Fly Like a Bird?
No, it wasn't Fly Like a Bird. It was another record that her and Timbaland
Promiscuous
did.
Girl was hot.
Yeah, but that album was really, really, really hot. It was like next level at the time. So I'm actually I hate when cats break up something that's really dope. You know what I mean? That was the start of Timbaland and Danger's whole run. So yeah, man, I would say out of all of them,
put your money on Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
Yeah, because I forgot about the Mary J. Blige.
I just don't feel like she should be doing runs talking about chicken to black people.
I mean, but that was
niggas like chicken. Get over it.
She's recovered from it, and now it's like a joke.
Niggas love chicken. You ate chicken today?
Crispy chicken.
I did.
I fucking did. Get over it, nigga. Let Mary live. You ate a fucking chicken taco today and shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Bar taco.
I had wings.
Yeah, fried
Even
chicken
blacker.
wings with hot sauce.
With hot,
You
lemon
black
pepper.
son of a
Fried
bitch.
hard, flats only.
No, I don't. I like.
What you had?
Lemon pepper
Some
wet.
watermelon juice.
My God.
Damn, I had chicken. Damn.
Yeah,
You say Mary.
I put my money on Nelly Furtado.
Nelly, it's you.
Yeah, because the rest of them, I mean,
They still are
the
kind of have something
Lemonade, they're
going.
billionaires.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm about to change gears.
Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson, that's set.
I mean, Usher, man.
Usher did kind of.
I mean, he found Bieber, but then as far as him though,
Right.
He got a hot record now.
What record?
our little homie got the,
The
next
new
record
shit.
too.
You talking about the AC record?
What? Come on, man. That's where you gonna go.
Which one you
Your
talking
black
about?
ass, the new
With
shit that
Ella
B.
May.
Cox did.
The AC record.
That shit hot, man.
That's how.
Always the dark.
I ain't trying to be the darkness. Let me lean back. Nah, I do like the record. It's funny. I was just talking about that record. I like it, but Usher's supposed to be setting the trends. Like
Still though, how long do a nigga gotta set trends? The nigga,
he. I feel like he could be doing. And shout out to B. Cox. Shout out to
that
all
shit
my
hot,
homies.
yo.
It's a hot record.
Every time I hear it, I play it.
It's a hot record, but Usher, man, Usher. Y'all know how hot Usher was
This
at one
might
point.
this might sound a little, but how about what if setting the trend is bringing back some shit that we ain't had in a while? Cause like I just seen Young and May post like the balance is off. She's
Yeah,
a rapper.
I just
and
said,
she
yeah.
just said, "Yo, there's no R&B. Where's the actual
Right.
R&B? Not the R&B that sounds like rap."
But
We
you
just
know
talked
what?
about that.
So you know,
What you think?
she's a rapper.
Man, but you know, I hate to be harsh, but people say they want to hear R&B music,
But they don't really
when
want to
it's
hear
put
it like
out
that.
there.
Yeah.
Because I can think of a whole bunch of artists that had their music came out in the 90s, probably would have been way further in their career as where they are right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just a challenge
That's very
to
true.
the fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you say you want something,
Support it.
Support it, please.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
who put the money on? Who won?
Nelly.
I think Nelly for Kanye.
you're out here, sweetheart.
I would have put it on Justin Timberlake, but he's doing cool too. But I still think black women will never forgive him for what he did to Janet Jackson.
She don't care
Man,
about
she
that
knew-
shit.
she knew
Yeah,
the
she
thing.
knew what it
That nigga
was.
married a white girl.
Come on, man.
He ain't thinking about y'all.
He was a Spanish girl.
No,
Just
she
Timberlake?
white.
Yeah.
No, she
Nah.
white.
White, yeah.
Jessica Biel's
like-
white.
Jessica Biel white.
She like blue-eyed, like.
She
Dang
ain't
it.
blue
You
eyed.
thought she
Yes,
was
she
Spanish.
is. I gave her
Nah,
a
she's
tour at
Spanish.
NYU. She's white as hell.
She got a fatty.
Jessica Biel.
She has a fat ass.
Yes.
Raw bread.
All right. Singer Dawn Richard recently sat down with the New Orleans podcast Wild Wayne Unchained and talked about the beginnings of her music career and her experiences with Diddy and Diddy Kane. And she actually said things got pretty harsh sometimes, that Diddy would tell the girls, "You're ugly, you gotta fix your face." To help. We're laughing, but
Wow.
it was supposedly to help them build thick skin. Mind you, some of these girls have had like a lot of plastic surgery, so I really
That
gotta
is
wonder,
true.
did it actually thicken their skin, or
Damn.
did
They changed their skin in some way
Oh
if they
my
had plastic.
goodness.
Yo,
So
what,
he
what
said
was
it
the
was-
what was the illest shit Puff ever told you? You know what I'm saying? To like,
Development shit.
He's
Man,
like,
I-
on some
ugly?
development. Yeah.
Man, I mean, I remember him coming into the studio and listening to a record, and he said, "Yo, y'all want to go home? yo, this ain't it. I mean, I'm listening to this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this ain't it. Y'all want to go home?
Damn.
So telling a cat straight from Cleveland Avenue, you want to go home, man, that ain't an option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, for us, I guess 27 million records. I guess,
I guess y'all niggas ain't going home.
I mean, so I guess you know what I mean. Like, but I mean that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. I mean, a fan gonna say a lot worse. So I just feel like you should develop that shit with your team if you gotta develop it.
That's true.
It's like you can feel whatever. Everybody's all.
That's like saying
Sensitive
your
nowadays.
mom should tell you ugly so that when you go to
My
school,
mom should never
you're
tell
ready.
me. She used to tell me I'm beautiful. Jesus
love you, so do I.
But if me and my mom had a company and I was bullshitting, my mom should definitely tell me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
It's tough love, but not to the point where niggas is having plastic surgery.
She
and shit.
don't even look the same. Has anyone seen Dawn Richard, what she looked like before making the band and what she looks like
seen
now?
her in a while.
I don't quite remember.
Well,
And
here's the
same thing
deal.
with Aubrey. Aubrey was the Rocky.
Let's go down the rocky road.
here's the deal.
We're going down the Rocky Road.
In the real world, when you're juggling millions, when you're gambling millions on people, you really don't have time to handle them with kid gloves.
Yeah.
Because the niggas that's loaning you that money, they not handling you with kid gloves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So the people that's fronting that bread for you to go put that money on marketing and promotion and all that, they like, I don't give a fuck how you get my return back, but it need to come. So what happens is it's hard to then go to your artist and be like, listen guys, I just want you to do really well and get it. No, he like, look, y'all bitches ain't cute right now, all right? Crunches.
Yeah.
Crunches.
Dips.
Dips.
That's how he
Makes
was. You know what I'm saying?
grits.
That's how he is. Anybody
Yeah.
knows Diddy?
Yeah.
That's exactly how he is. And I ain't gonna front too. Back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have all of the groups and stuff that we have now. So some of the stuff that you probably would say you get away back then.
Oh, yeah.
You absolutely would not get away with that right now.
Oh,
so,
of
you know what I'm saying?
course.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I remember you telling me this story, and I may have just been drunk or high and completely have flubbed this whole story.
Okay.
But I remember you telling me I was in the studio and a nigga Puff like put some static on and was like, "I'm leaving, y'all niggas write a hook, write a hit or something." Like he just put like it just the beat sound like
No,
static or
the
something.
beat-
It wasn't no beat. He was like, "Write a hit, nigga. I'll
but
be back."
that's how it felt because at the time, you know, we're coming from Atlanta, Georgia. We coming from the church, so we
Right.
had these chords and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, you come into New York, and they're playing loops.
Yeah.
And you know,
that ain't no.
Before that was before Stevie J and Mario Winans came or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? They're playing actual loops.
Yeah.
So we had to learn how to write to loops.
Right.
So eventually we got it, but it was, you know what I mean? And then
No, eventually you got it.
No, I mean, but everybody. I mean, because
everybody-
there's somebody else. There's somebody else. But as far as writing, it was who were the main writers for the group?
well, all of us were.
All of y'all.
We all wrote.
That's
like,
dope.
but I just say it like this: whatever Slim sang, he wrote it.
Yeah. Okay.
95, unless your name was Pooh Bear or Sean Garrett. or something like
Right.
Yeah, Pooh Bear was.
that. We raised Pooh. Yeah.
I saw that when we was out there. Shout
Yeah.
out to Pooh Bear.
Shout out to Pooh Bear, you know what I'm saying, and Bear, Courtney Stills, you know what I'm saying, and our whole Southside College Park crew. But you know what I'm saying,
Bear.
they definitely were, you know what I'm saying. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You don't even have to say. I mean, if we were doing it before, chances are we still are doing it now. You know what I'm saying. So the cats that are talking about, they did it, but you ain't heard nothing from them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dawn says he did teach her how to teach it. I'm sorry, he did influence her into her particular style of experiment.
You called her him. You couldn't even.
Nah.
No, I didn't. I'm saying Dawn said Diddy. Diddy
Yeah.
is he.
Yeah.
Dawn said Diddy influenced her into her particular style of experimental R&B that she's on now. So if there was something positive to come out of it, it was that. Thank you very much.
She's a
Also,
very talented person.
They're much cuter now than they were when they were making a band. as
That
well.
was
So,
unnecessary. We didn't need that part.
just being honest.
God doesn't make mistakes.
I agree.
And that's a wrap on the A-Room Show. Thank you for joining us. If you're not already following us, you can follow us now on Instagram at the A-Room Show and on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment. We might even talk back to you.
Hey.